fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying right fucking now, because what the fuck do you mean that I'm not gonna get my fucking SNAP benefits? What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't. What the fuck am I gonna do? Oh, fuck.
Shalom. Hey, Yahweh Bashmian Shai Bashim Kakarash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful lake preaching word and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And there you got it, man. There you got it. Now, this is Esau Edom, which y'all should be ashamed. I don't know why she can't work. I don't know why she can't work, because that's what she said. I don't know why she can't work. Is it the meth addiction that took away the teeth, or what is it? I don't know, but whether or not this is happening to Esau is a very small consequence, because the simple fact that y'all were given these benefits at a larger rate and approval rating than the so-called Negroes, and y'all weren't able to sit here and make something of that extreme head start, shame on you. But at the end of the day, this is really gonna hurt the so-called black women, because they have gone after their lovers and they replace everything that they were supposed to have for a sense of defense, a way to, live by, have a standard, have a support system. They shot that down in such a way that they chose this devil system over their man, and now all these chickens are coming home in a roost, and that vintage is failing. This is Hosea 4, and I'll start at 4. It says, "And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms." It says, "For their mother had played the harlot, she that conceived them had done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink." And that's what Eve has done. They went after Esau because they saw that they were able to get all these benefits over the years. So they diminished the man's importance. And now this devil is ripping these benefits, these goodies from up under them. And now things are setting in drastically fast. What am I going to do? Y'all took this, y'all took that, right? They're getting laid off at exorbitant amounts, to where they're saying the true number of unemployment right now, so for so-called black women from CVID, the CVID shutdowns to now, is really at 10%, rather than the I think it was the 6.5% that they're reporting. So it's really at 10%. The government jobs they were in, they're phasing those out. The government handouts that they were getting, they're phasing those out. So you played the harlot and you went after these heathen, just like Israel as a whole played the harlot and they went after the heathen. But you've done it in these times that you shat on your own husbands. You shat on your men. You went on podcast after podcast, and now these people are hitting their 30, 35, 34 years old. They're thinking about, damn, I don't want to die alone. I ain't got nobody to help me. Right? But you played the harlot for bread and wine. You like I said, you went after those that gave you bread and your water, your wool and flax, and your oil and your drink. The SNAP, the EBT, right? You had nigga women saying that EBT was TBE. And now all that stuff is crashing around you because, right, the scriptures tell you, This is Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." And this is what the so-called black women has done. All right, we saw Edomite freaking out, but hey, straight up, if the so-called Negro woman, the ones that have been able to get these cush jobs for so long, remember in movies it was, oh, that she got a government job, she got a good job. That was a main staple in so-called black Hollywood for years, on movie sets and everything for years. Barbershop is one of those movies that they actually use that on as well. But for years, they have been like this, and now all that is being ripped away. And they should have sat here and came to the conclusion that you needed a man, and they should have advocated to all the younger women that you need to have you a man when Trump was in presidency the first time, because he had all them black women sitting there saying, "I beg you, Mr. Trump, open up the government again." But what? You had 4 years of Biden, niggas went right back to sleep. Right, the so-called black women, the Israelite women as a whole, were advocates and defenders, so-called allies to the whole LGBT libiquita community, like the elder says, libiquita community, and now that stuff is falling apart, and you left without any defense, and you hurting, and you alone, and the days are getting dark. Like Kevin Samuel said, winter's coming. Winter's here, man. It's getting cold. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trusted him." And that's what's happening. All right, the trust in this system, the belief that you're going to be able to get by, and this whole feminist mindset of, I don't need a man, I can be strong and independent on my own, I can do bad all by myself, right? So this ultra, what do they say? They call it a hypergamous mindset. Y'all blew that shit out of proportion. It's natural for a woman to want a man with substance so that she can be taken care of. But the way y'all did it was just disgusting. And now those chickens are coming home to root because the vintage. You know what? I got to get this. This is 1 Timothy 5:5. It says, now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the Most High, and continueth in supplication and prayers night and day. And this is for the faithful woman, right? But you women have not been faithful in anything. The woman as a whole, especially if she's in this American mindset, she's the furthest thing away from God. It says, verse 6, it says, and God is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The God, meaning power, right? The Almighty is Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son. It says, verse 6, but she that liveth in pleasures is dead while she liveth. And these women have lived in pleasures this whole time. And now they're going to get met with the mortality, the morbidity of that lifestyle. You look at that word morbidity is basically the likelihood of death, right? They're going to get met with the morbidity of that lifestyle that they lived and casting down their protection, right? The scriptures tell you a man is the defense, is a rock in a weary land, a shadow in a weary land. But women have despised that rock of defense. This is Isaiah 32:9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. You heard that woman say, what am I supposed to do? I can't work. I got kids that can't eat. You cut off. Hey, and bros that got those type of benefits and they've been helping you survive. Hey, Isaiah the 65th chapter. My servant shall eat. That's what the Lord said. My servant shall drink. Right? The Lord gonna take care of you. He took care of you this whole time. Believe the Lord gonna take care of you still, man. You're gonna take care of your family. You're gonna take care of all your needs, man. The Lord said, precious in the eyes of him is the death of his saints. So he's a rewarder to them that diligently seek him. These are things we can bank on in the scriptures. Because you kept the word of my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation. These are words we can bank on in the scriptures. These are the words of the Lord, man. Good as gold, worth their weight in gold. But for all you others that wanted to go out in a different way, and this is what the Lord got for you. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And that's what you're seeing. That vintage, that gathering, the ability to just sit here and coast through life, that's over. And don't think you're going to be able to go out in the streets and just prostitute yourself like a lot of you women do on a constant basis. You're not going to be able to do that in these times because when pussy always sells, like they say coochie always sells, right? But what happens when niggas ain't got money for that? You got a whole industry called the stripper industry, right? Gentlemen's clubs industries that are all collapsing right now. And they say that's a major sign of economic downturn through the states. That's one of the economic factors that they look into to see how the economy is doing. And if strippers start doing bad, which they are, then you can know that economic downturn is happening. You think niggas is gonna be paying $300 for you? No, they're not. They're not. Right? When you look up that word vintage, it's Bataza Ya Rar. Bataza Ra. Bataza Yar. So like it, Bataza Yar. And it says vintage, let's see. Strong's. The Grape Cop vintage clipped. Let's see if we go here. It says gather, restrain, fence, fortify, make inaccessible, enclose, to cut off, fortify, cut off, made inaccessible. Right? The gathering is going to be made inaccessible, and that's what you're seeing. They're cutting off all these services, and it's undisproportionately affecting women a lot more than it's affecting men. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, verse 11. Be troubled, you careless ones, strip you, make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And what you saw in that video, that she said, "Oh God, I gotta get it, man," because that sound she made.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, man. You heard that? That sackcloth is coming upon her loins. That girding the sackcloth that's sitting in a low place. They not knowing what to do. You have women for a long time kicking men out the house for every single little infraction, knowing damn well they was putting them out in a horrible situation. Horrible situation. Sometimes the shit was justified, yeah, but a lot of times they just weaponized the fact that they had their own spot and they pulled that man in there and put him in security. But a lot of niggas don't know how women really are. So they went in there with a good mind just to see this woman abuse that office. And now those things are about to come home to roost. It says they shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. You saw that in that video. You guarantee you. A bunch of black women out there, bunch of Latino women, bunch of Native American women doing the same thing. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Because the palaces shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left, the forts and the towers shall be for dens forever. A joy of wild asses, and wild asses, a pasture of flocks, meaning your city's just going to be fully dilapidated. Right? And this happened before, and then now it's about to happen again. This is what you're seeing, man. The scriptures say they shall nourish you for a time. This is Second Ezra 8, and I started saying, it says, for thou hast commanded out of the parts of the body, that is to say, out of the breast, milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breast, the thing that the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time till thou dispossesses it. No, that's not the one. Where is that one at, man? Where is that one? Salakia. Just get that scripture later, man. Lord, well, I'll make another video on that. But you've been able to sit here and live high on the hog for a minute, as they say, because that's what it is. This has been a filthy meal that you women have been taking part in. And now this whole system is about to come down on you. You don't have no defense, man. But like I was saying before, bros that's been doing what you supposed to be doing in this truth, hey, the Lord is going to take care of every one of you. It says, never saw the righteous. This is it's Psalms 37 and 25. It says, I have been young and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. You see? The Lord's going to take care of bros. It says it right here. And it says, verse Isaiah 65 and 11, it says, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh. And Jake has fully walked away, especially the women, walked away from the Lord altogether. They're done with it. They're done with the Lord. They think that they don't need him. They think that their life here that they've made, they're the ones with the power over it. What does the scripture say? In the time of their visitation. Say, well, how does that scripture go, man? In time of their trouble, they shall seek him early. They're going to seek the Lord, man. When these troubles start increasing heavily, which they are, man, there's too much prophecy going on. Jake is going to seek the Lord quick. But it might just be too late for you. A lot of you, Jake, that want to take that route. It says, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. And this is an evidence show right now. All the lessons that the elder Menata Zakba does, where he goes in and shows how many Jake are out there just just being scoffers against the truth. What do you think we here doing? We're doing a service and the work of the Lord, just like the old prophets did. All right? The prophets that have been before me and before the old prophets are both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Your pastors ain't doing that. The men out there on the streets teaching, who you despise to listen to, are the ones giving you that warning. Because when I did call, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delight not. Jake chose the world over the truth. Verse 13, therefore thus say Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat. This is for bros that have been doing everything they can. You women that are actually being real followers of this thing, humbly listening, humbly obeying your husbands to the best of your ability, being real helps, not fucking up what a little piece your man got. Yo, this is what the Lord has prepared for us in these days. Verse 13 again, therefore thus say Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation. You heard that woman, she howled. She don't know how she gonna do it. Look. Oh, fuck. She howled for vexation of spirit. And a lot of you Israelite women out there doing the same thing right now. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for Yahweh power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name, that he who blesseth him in the earth shall bless him in the power of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. You see? That's what we're going to rejoice in, that the Lord gave us the sure mercies of David. But for everybody else, that you chose this word in the fashion of it, because women are right now, they're coming to the realization that you have that chick Simone, the comedian. I think that's her name is Simone. She was crying that she went from shopping at Saks Fifth Ave to shopping at H&M, and that she in debt, and she need a man, but she want a certain type of man, and she can't get that type of man. Crying to her damn friends that got that type of guy. But you've been defiled to the point where you can't get that type of guy, and you still shitting on the ones that you can get. These women understand where they're at, but they're so proud that they don't want to come under that. You see? But for bros, hey, this is a time where we shine forth as gold. Lord will we hold on to the end. But Lord willing to edify, I'm going to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Karkadash, Shalom.